All right, so here's Jacob. Let's watch it through, kind of see what's going on this week. Okay. Arm action, man, you throw the ball really well. Okay. There's a couple things. See the first time through. Yep, right there. Okay. I don't, we talked about getting that arm up a little early. Um, you're doing the double click drill here, up together, down together. Okay, the timing looks good. I think we want to continue working with this drill so that we break the hands um, more near the center of our body. Okay, so breaking the hands right here, and we want to at least get down to the waist. When we break our hands, you're going to see once we do get, oops, sorry. Once we do get the handbrake, see how it's kind of up here by your chest, okay? And the other thing I see is they're out away from your body, out over your knees, okay? We want to try to get our hands coming down, no further away from our body than our knees. So if you look at, here's your hip to knee, your hands are actually outside of that when they're breaking apart, okay? Which is leading to that long arm swing. Okay, and remember, I guess one of the big significance things about that is the hitter can see the ball this whole time. Okay, one of the things we have to focus on as a pitcher, remember, we're trying to get the guy out. So we want to be as deceptive as possible. And, with deception, part of that is just not letting him see the ball early. So he can see the ball, right here. So, decent hitters are going to be able to track the ball all the way from back here. So the longer we hide the ball, the harder it is for him to see. Okay? Now, I want you to hear that we're not going to try to fix the arm action other than just trying to break our hands down closer to our belt buckle. Okay? So we'll continue to work on the timing of this up, down. You can do this, just grab a couple of baseballs. You can leave your feet just like this and just practice, taking the balls, click on the way up. So click, oops, man, fast forward works. Click up, click down, and try to do that, right around your belt buckle without even moving your feet. Just work on click up, click down, 2-click drill. Now, let's get to the lower half. Okay, you're doing some good things as far as moving. Okay, you're getting out, you're getting a good hip turn, good hip drive. This is where we start running into problems. Okay, at this point, you're going to see that back hip kind of quit moving, and we talked about, or the term front hip dominant. In other words, your front leg starts taking over right here. Okay, and there it goes. And notice, this is always interesting, is that we always, our bodies try to maintain equal and opposite. Okay, the body craves equal and opposite. And you watch pitchers throw, usually whatever this front leg does, this back arm will do. Okay, so as soon as we start kicking this leg out, this arm starts swinging out to balance the body out. So you see the equal and opposite, and we get into this X-type pattern. If we learn to use that efficiently, we tighten everything up. We get much tighter rotation through the midsection. We get much tighter arm rotation, shoulder rotation. Thus, we throw the ball harder. So we're going to work on some drills like that this week, okay? I want you to see what this is causing for you. You got, strides plenty long enough, and we'll talk about, an effective stride length versus just a long stride, okay? You see, you get down here, you got good hip turn there, but look where your upper body is by the time that hip gets all the way turned, okay? Now this is where I want you to see where you're losing some velocity. As strong as you are, as fast as you move, you're doing some really good things, but watch where you're leaking velocity, okay? And if we draw a line right down your knee here, okay? And again, that front side, this front knee, front hip, we want to be as stable as possible. That's the stop. We take all that energy and we move forward. It's got to slam on brakes. It's running into a wall to allow for a change of direction of everything else. So as soon as that stops, now our hips can rotate around it. But what we see with you, because of an inefficient weight transfer, watch how you leak forward. So the knee and the hip are still being pushed forward a little bit, okay? Telltale sign of that is watch how it collapses down, okay? All of your body collapses down. You're going to see this knee go down. You're going to see this foot kind of drag on top of the toes, okay? So when we see that knee going down, we see the back toes dragging on, basically the top of the foot, we know that there's a collapse in the front side. I wasn't strong enough to get here, be stable, and everything rotate directly around. When we land, we get this collapse, okay? One of the things, again, we'll talk about is the efficiency of the hips moving. If this were a mound, our hips would move at the slope of the mound. Obviously, we're throwing on flat ground here, so our hips should maintain, the same slope. And what you're going to see is you get some good initial drive. Now watch your hips bounce back up right about there. So we kind of get this up, we get this down. We start down, and we're going to pop up and then back down. Okay, so all of those movements, see that little bitty up right there, and then we land hard. Okay, that's causing that weight to kind of collapse forward. I hope you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, what we want to work on is a smooth weight transfer, and that's going to start by being stronger on the backside here, allowing our backside to be in control. Even if at this point right here, okay, we go ahead and fire the back leg. Let's go ahead and fire. In other words, get that heel moving around, that right there. If we have to, let's start that motion right here. Let's go. Let the backside fire your hips open. Okay, you're going to be in a much stronger position when you land, okay, because the weight was able to transfer. Here, because our front leg's swinging open, you see the back leg just kind of crumbling, and sure enough, that's what happens. And now you try to push, and we just push the body forward as we're throwing. So we're missing a lot of potential energy through the middle part of our body by just not efficiently transferring the weight forward. What we're trying to do is go as fast as we can down the mound, stop, and allow everything else to rotate through. Okay? So you're doing a lot of good things. The momentum, the energy down the mound looks great. I just think we can clean this up, significantly. And I think, maybe we add, realistically with you, I mean, you got a good, strong arm. Ball comes whipping through there. I'd realistically say we could easily add 2 to 3 miles an hour. But the big thing for you is going to be arm safety. You're going to notice a lot less potential of hurting your arm. You may feel a lot less fatigue just because we're allowing the body to do more of the work. Okay? So I hope that helps, and we'll talk more about that this week. All right? Take care, bye.